Welcome to the second episode here of Hearts of Iron 4, the French communist country. All right. So I left you off last. We just become communist France. Just achieved it. All right. Just give you a quick update. We got two armies on the nationalist fronts between Italy and Germany. Finally, all of our troops have made it in North Africa to the same spot. So we'll go ahead and group these guys together and give them the African front here. We'll make them pink. Go ahead and change it to the African front. Or North Africa. We have still the victors of the Great War. Disjointed government. Protected by the Maginot Line. Support the left and the Maginot Agreements. Still not producing any troops. So we're negative again now. Production has taken a huge hit. We are constructing more military factories. Trade, we're just doing oil right now with the Soviet Union. We're not in any factions or anything like that. Haven't been able to modify the government that much. Working on it, but political hits, they do. Governments changing cause political fallout. Still doing our dispersed industry, fighter pilots, and our construction. All right, let's start her back up and see what happens. It does take a while to get going, but it is important that you put in the tedious work to begin with, just so you're able to sustain yourself. And I know some people will say that projecting this far out with construction is bad. It can be, but you're going to forget about it as soon as the wars start. Now that we're communists, though, there's a few things that we can do. Like if we come over to America, we can boost party popularity, which is communist. So we can boost that, which will help us in the long run if we go to war. All right, so the end of the Spanish War. With the surrender of the last Republican stronghold, the Spanish Civil War come to end. Nationalists stand victorious, and a new era has begun for Spain. The war-torn country has suffered greatly in fighting, and there is much rebuilding to be done. So nationalist Spain won. But back to us boosting the popularity of communism in America. If we go to war with one of the allied countries, and they happen to be in the Allies, if they're communist by that time, we won't have to worry about going to war with them. And Metropolitan France focus tree is just completed. Now we're going to do on industrial expansion. We're getting building slots, civilian slots. This is going to help industry once again. A lot of countries have good industry, but not many. So our fighter pilots have finished, and our construction has finished. We're going to finish off this tier construction. We're still in 1936. Don't really want to worry about oil right now. We can put a whole bunch into it if we wanted to. I'm going to hit up strategic bombing. We may not be able to produce it, but we can at least research it so when the time comes we can produce it. Alright, so this is an air wing. All we literally have is naval bombers there, so that's not much help. Fighters and tactical bombers, and then more fighters. So as you can see, the French Air Force is not that good. Fighter, tactical. Okay, so not that good. If war broke out right now, we would be hurting. Pretty cool figurines they got going on here. Disperse industry complete. Alright, so now that that's complete, it is now 1937. So we can start on our next line of industrial projects. And all this is going to do is help increase our productivity. Oh, what's going on here? Industrial expansion is complete. So now we're going to hit up the military factories. You see how we're working on 2 now? Eventually, when this finishes, it'll start to be 15, 15, 15, 15, so you can get multiple construction jobs going on. It'll be pretty fast. As long as you stagger it, you're good. If you try to pile on a whole bunch of one civilian factories, okay, great, but then you don't have military factories. Try to pile on a whole bunch of military factories, construction is slow because you don't have many civilian factories, and plus the civilian factories there for trade. So we're almost through back to 150 for our political power, which at this point, we can do a couple things. We can do armaments organizer, which is just gonna doesn't really help us much in this moment. Okay, we got a whole bunch. Hold on. Poland seeks Baltic cooperation. There's no outcome for us. That does not risk the oppression of the Polish people. Following Poland's distance to the international community, Polish politicians have been pursuing the idea of power between the seas. While hope is to create an alliance stretching from the Baltic to the Black Sea, their stated priority remains to reinforce their position against threatening influences to both east and west. To this end, Poland is seeking closer bonds with their neighbors in the Baltic, a new power in Eastern Europe. Okay, and then our military factories focus has completed, as well as excavation. So, if I'm going to do anything, I'm going to do captain of industry at the moment. Get our political advisors knocked out. It is 1937. Nothing here. Start knocking out. Get our radios going. Need those radios. This is going to give us an extra research slot, which we will need. Still trying to get that infantry equipment up. If we go to our production, we're doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. We're going to add a second row here. Once again, I could be doing Air Force and stuff, but we really need to get this logistics going. I mean, we are lagging so far behind the world right now. And the Hindenburg disaster. Oh, the humanity. Marco Polo. Bridge incident. Japan and the Chinese forces have skirmished inclusively over the strategic Marco Polo Bridge located just southwest of Beijing. China has rejected Japan's demands for an apology of territorial concessions, claiming instead that the breaking point of Japanese aggression has been reached. Diplomats fear that the volatile situation could result in a war at any time. All right, and then of course the Hindenburg disaster, the Charles Hindenburg went down, hot air balloon. Cool little event that Hearts of Iron has added in. Doesn't really affect the world much. And we're still going strong here. I don't have my navies out doing anything right now. There's no need to waste any resources. We are at peace. All right, 2 more research slots have finished. We have finished our strategic bombers. Nothing else until 1940. Like I said, heavy fighters don't really do anything. I don't ever use them. I just don't. There's no point to me in using them. We're going to do our artillery. We're going to upgrade that. And this is 1937. I'm going to get our... we're going to go with... It is a debate. We will go with construction. Now, here, you could have seen me switch, because I know our grand battle plan is absolutely horrible. We need to get over the mobile war doctrine, but I'll move this over here. We didn't do it just yet because I can offset it. Once I get my artillery set and I have this extra research slot, I will start working on my mobile warfare doctrine. All right, so Amelia Earhart circumnavigates the globe. Famous aviator Amelia Earhart, known to many as the Queen of the Air, has completed her flight around the world with Fred Noonan. After the brief scare of the world, when the pair temporarily got lost while approaching Holland Island in the Pacific, the flight proceeded without incident. And in the morning, Lockheed Electric will touch down in Oakland, California. The ceremony was to be held at the White House next week. Okay. So we all know that she actually got lost. But this isn't historical, so Hearts of Iron paradox at work here. You see, we're just in 1937, already accomplished a lot. There's our next research slot. The United Kingdom pressures nationalist Spain. With additional British influence in the Mediterranean projected from Gibraltar, should come as no surprise the British government has decided to put political pressure on the fascist government of national Spain. Still rebuilding from the Civil War, British support is far more important than political principles. So that is Great Britain now putting political pressure on national Spain. And as I said before, we got an extra research slot. So we're going to move over, which is going to take us a year to move over. Remember, land doctrines are plus 75% with this. All right. It looks real good to go after that research slot down there. But if we go this route, we get more military factories and more industry. From Algeria, we go to national mobilization, which is going to increase our manpower. I'm going to head on towards the aggressive focus. So we get motorized, mechanized, and auto tank. I'm going to try to pronounce that. I could do the defensive, but we're going to go on the offensive here. All right. Soviet withdrawal after a buildup of Japanese forces in Manchuria. The Soviet Union appears to have unexpected withdrawal units stationed right along the border. This may be a bid by Moscow to avoid future confrontations with Japan. Okay. So Japan and Russia didn't go to war, which is good. Our world tension is here at 16.4%, and this is the world tension. When it's at 100, the whole world will be a ball of fire. World tension is something the less it is, the more you can do. Like right now, I could invade national Spain. Probably wouldn't incur any, because they're not aligned with anybody. Wouldn't be any diplomatic penalties, in which, you know what, you can justify here. We'll justify a war goal. There, Catalonia. So we'll justify this war goal, which is going to take us 195 days, 235. So you can go through here and actually see how long these war goals will take. So islands will take. Okay, so we could do. Oh, well. Japan declared war on China, so it won't let me justify a war goal on. Need 8 more political power. Okay, that's why. Japan's build upon China's horror following Marco Polo incident. Japan has not let down their pressure on the Chinese border, so they are now at war. Okay, we are going to go to the motorized effort. So once I get 8 more political, so we no longer power, I can declare war, start justifying a war with national Spain. We also no longer have that workers' agreement. So our productivity should shoot back up, and it did. So now we're heading back towards the positive, which is good. Positive, positive, positive. You want to see all green right here. Motorized. I mean, we're working on it. It's not quite there yet, but it'll get there. All right. So, whole bunch of stuff has just been completed. It is 1937. We will continue with our industry and our construction. And see, having more than just 3 kind of does help. We want some field hospitals. That is a must. You need to be able to heal the troops. It's important to remember to keep your troops training and when they're in these generals ships here. All these guys need to be training. Because when it comes down to it, when you come here, let's just say we're going to edit this infantry division. So now I only got 46 points. It's all through here. So you're going to add all these support groups down through here. So whenever I click here, so that's all I've got research now. All right, so our motorized finished. But I'll be able to add, everything from mechanic to logistics to medical, and it's gonna help out in the long run. So you need to make sure that you have, we're going to hit a mechanized focus at this moment. Make sure that you have um, enough points here, or experience, to cover it. Wars will help out with this. Right now we're just in 1937, so war with Poland and Germany doesn't break out to 1939, so we're okay. We actually hit communism rather fast, which is good. Allows us to get a grip on the country, allows us to turn it around. All right, we get to modify our government again. So we're going to get out of this civilian economy. Oh, why did we get to modify our government when it's at 50? What in the world do we get to do for 50? Absolutely nothing. I do not know why. You can change chief of the army. Okay, 50. Wow, France. Army offensive expert. Okay, I'll take it. I don't have a problem with that. Our next one will be our economy. We're going to go to a wartime economy. We need to get our construction going and our production going. All right, so mechanized focus is complete. We're going to hit the automotive focus here. And take these real quick. See, the only thing we're in the positive right now is the support equipment. Dispersed industry and excavation. So we're finished for 1938 or 37. Now it's 38. So we can come over here and knock out these support weapons. Remember, we're not going to be able to do much with Germany as far as armor wise. We're not even producing troops yet. I mean, we're all in the red. So the goal is to get everything into the green as fast as possible, start producing troops, do a little bit of a build up, and hold out. And since we're communists, maybe we can bring Soviet Russia into it, although we don't want to be aligned with them. We might be able to do that and kind of split Europe between us and them. All right. The Anschluss of Austria. After a successful coup d'etat, the local Nazi party in Vienna, German troops have crossed the Austrian border and taken control of the country. No fighting has been reported, and the German soldiers were greeted by cheering crowds in the cities. In a speech before a massive crowd at Heldenplatz in Vienna, Hitler announced the Anschluss of Austria, annexing the country into Germany. The oldest eastern province of the German people shall be, from this point on, the newest bastion of the German Reich. Alright, so Germany has now gotten bigger, and our focus tree has been completed for the automotive part. Alright, so at this point, we're going to head into our colonial focus here, and that will be it. We will stop here. This is Daredriver signing off. I will see you next time. If you want to see my next video, just click next. Like, share, and subscribe if you want to see more videos. And thank you for watching. All right, and that'll be it.